For this week's video status update, I'll be doing a screencast of Stella Polaris in place of the marketing plan, as this is not a public website. So for starters, we're just going to log into the system. Say we forgot our password and want to reset it. Go to the password reset link, enter in your email address, reset. An email is sent to the email address you just put in. Click on the link, redirects you to a reset screen, reset password, at which point it logs you into the system. The home page is the analytics page. The analytics page contains a few separate reports which shows information based upon transactions of date range selected in the upper right hand corner. Shows a sales recap report, frame report, which is an individual product report, brand report, lens type, and lens material. All this information can be changed by selecting the date range over on the right hand side. The second section is the order details module. This information is being pulled from the Yahoo Small Business API, same as the analytics. This information can be refreshed by hitting this refresh data link at any given time. The download time for that data takes anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes and is stored locally in a MySQL database. All this information can be changed based upon a date range, just as the analytics view. And more information for each order is available by clicking on the plus icon to the left of each order ID. The next section is the project section. We're able to go in and create projects. With each project, you can give it a title, a description, someone who it's assigned to, and a project priority. For each project, we can assign tasks in this page or by clicking on the actual project and adding a task queue. You can edit the description for each task. And you can add attachments. If you were to create more than one task, you can select your tasks by clicking on the task on the left-hand side. You can complete and delete projects. Deleting projects just simply erases it from the database. Completing a project marks the status of completed, at which point you can go and view your completed projects and view the tasks of your completed projects. The next section is the sales tax report, which was requested by the accounting department. This information is pulled from the Yahoo API, so the same data that's being generated for the analytics and order detail section. You can refresh the data here and you can export this view into a spreadsheet. All of this information can be changed based upon a date range. The last section is the inventory section, which we can view our current batch. The current batch is just another way of saying our current inventory in the e-commerce database. This information is being pulled straight from the e-commerce database using an API. The information from the API is stored locally in a MySQL database. You can refresh that data by clicking this link. Up at the top, it shows your active brands, frames, colors, and sizes. If you were to click on one of these brands, a list of all of the frames would appear. You can click on the plus icon to see more information about that frame, and you can click on the frame name to show each individual configuration of that product, which would be colors and sizes. Also in the inventory section, we have the ability to create new batches. I already have a few started, but if I were to create a new batch and go inside of that batch, it would give me the option to import product data from around the web. The Luxottica section logs into a Luxottica business-to-business portal and uses a web scraper program to gather information about each frame, so the individual product and attributes, which includes sizes and colors. It also imports images. To run this program, you would have to first stage it and then import it. The stage process takes about 15 to 20 minutes, and the import process takes about 30 minutes to an hour. This runs asynchronously in the background as to not interrupt the user browsing around the Stella Polaris application. The next section is the Safilo import. This requires two stages. First, the staging process, which you can go to the Safilo website and download a CSV file of each individual product and upload it into the system. Upon doing that, the system parses the information and the import process becomes available. Upon importing, it just goes to the Safilo website using a similar web crawler, and gathers all the product information, including attributes and images. The last import is what we call the frames data import. Frames data is a business that provides a software that allows us to import information about products from multi-vendors. This does not require a staging process and can be imported directly through their web API. The web API uses a series of GET and POST requests and puts the information, stores the information locally in a MySQL database. The final process to complete a batch is to lock your rows. This simply combines all of the imports above into a single table or spreadsheet, and at that point you'll be able to export this information. The export piece has not been built yet into the system and is planned for the next few weeks ahead. So that's a general overview of Stella Polaris and its capabilities. It will be further refined, a few final touches will be put on it, as well as some back-end work, especially in the inventory section where we can create new batches for the e-commerce website. Thanks for watching.